Goal 4 of the Sustainable Development Goals, Quality Education, describes STEM and STEAM curriculum. There are currently two educational approaches to teaching children in the U.S., the STEM curriculum and the STEAM curriculum. STEM focuses on educating students in 4 specific disciplines: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM incorporates these principles into a cohesive paradigm that encourages motivation, engagement, and employs real-world applications. STEAM adds the arts to education and uses the 5 points to guide student inquiry, dialogue, and critical thinking. STEM supporters believe that curriculum naturally involves the arts. Examples include product design and the communication skills needed for language arts. STEAM supporters say incorporating the arts into the other disciplines devalues arts' importance. These two forms of teaching are not too different from each other. Exploring opportunities where art naturally fits into the STEM narrative can help create a healthy balance. Treating art as an applied subject, such as math and science, will give students a new discipline to learn that can also be applied to real-world situations. Design classes can help students learn how to create logos and organize information into presentations. Performing arts, like drama and speech, can help translate into technical writing and persuasive writing skills, which are abilities used in technology-driven and marketing career fields. Creative planning calls for students to use the right side of their brain to think outside of the box, which can come in handy when needing to create content and innovative thinking. Science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics are all important factors that make up the curriculum. Being able to learn about all of them will lead to well-rounded and versatile professionals.
Moving on to session 1 of this talk, of course, like we already mentioned, we have a lot of speakers lined up for this session. We're going to be moving on to the next, with the first person in the session 1, Dr. Rabia Almas. So Dr. Rabia Almas is an assistant professor in the Department of Textile Engineering, Amira University of Engineering and Technology, Jamshoro, Abreda in Pakistan. She had her PhD in Sustainable Natural Textile Colors from the same university. And Dr. Alma's current research work are on the nanofibers dyeing, sustainable colors from food waste valorization. That's interesting. And development of sustainable colors and natural dyes. So they will be speaking to us today on engineering for a greener tomorrow, green textile technologies and innovations for sustainable solutions and sustainable fashions. So Dr. Almas, thank you for joining us today, and you have the floor.
Thank you for the opportunity to talk me, to give the opportunity. I am Dr. Rabia Almas from Textile Engineering, Mehran University, Pakistan. So I have done my PhD in natural dyes for textiles. These are sustainable dyes for textiles, and my research area includes sustainable textile coloration, their synthesization and coloration of textile, sustainable fibers, nanotechnology and its sustainable coloration. So I will talk about generally today on how textile engineering is working for a greener tomorrow. and how textile and art technologies are combining and doing some innovations for sustainable solutions of textile industry and sustainable fashion solutions with a specific impact of innovations in textile dyes, textile coloration. So first of all, I will talk about the environmental impact of conventional textile coloration and textile processes. As we all know that textile industry is a very energy consumption industry, one of the most energy consumption industries of the world due to its weight processing, means where we use water and we use colors to dye the fabric. For heating purpose of water and for heating purpose of dyes and finishing chemicals, a high amount of energy is required. The second pollution of and the global world problem of textile industry is the chemical pollution. Textile industries use very toxic and harmful chemicals, including heavy metals, azo dyes, azo colors, and formaldehydes in the finishing processes that are toxic and carcinogenic for the employees working at industries, working in dyeing section or finishing section of the fabric, also for the consumers as well. You can see the wastewater from the textile industries include a lot of toxic chemicals which we drink if not saved, and in Pakistan especially, and in the underworld countries, underrated countries, these toxic chemicals, water with these toxic chemicals are drank by many consumers. So a very toxic and carcinogenic we are drinking on daily basis. So approximately 20% of global industrial water pollution comes from the textile sector. The third unsustainable solution of the textile industries, you can see textile coloration is one of the most water intensive industry, and itself textile industries itself also are toxic. Textile industries are textile dyeing industries, dye and color we use to color the fabric are toxic, and you can see these toxic dyes remains in the water waste from the industries for so many years, and these cannot be removed by the simply clearance process. And many of these chemicals and toxic dyes we consume every day. And also the sea lives are very infected by these toxic dyes. Also, only to dye 1 kg of fabric, we need 200 liters of water to dye 1 kg of fabric, and this is the huge amount of water we need. So this is also a very unsustainable consumption of water in the textile industries. Then waste generation. Textile industry is one of the most pollutant industry. 10 to 20% of the dyes remaining in the wastewater. We use millions of dyes every year in the whole world, and if these dyes remains in water, it causes a huge pollution in our sludge, and very difficult to manage these waste. So all these processes and fashion need sustainable and green textile technologies. This is the very huge problems associated by textile industries, and we need green technologies for sustainable pollution, sustainable fashion, and sustainable textile solutions. So that these chemical processes can be safe for the employees of the textile industries as well as consumers of the textiles. First of all, these green technologies should reduce the pollution, air and water pollution. Waste management should be there, any waste management of textile industries or any other industries should be there. Water conservation should be there. Health and safety should be in control for workers and consumers. Carbon footprint is another very dangerous problem raised by the textile industries, by the coloration process, by the finishing processes. So green technologies of textiles should reduce the carbon footprint. Energy efficient should be processes. We should work for the processes that are energy efficient, and we should use sustainable energy sources. Also, the sustainable solutions are necessary for enhancing the process efficiency, to use the sustainable chemicals, and these all processes are necessary for customer satisfaction. And all the customers and consumers of fashion now are aware of the sustainable fashion, so they demand the sustainable technologies, sustainable green technologies, and sustainable fashion, where the need for sustainability is arised, and it gives us long-term economic benefits and brands value. So these are the textile technologies where sustainability can be used. We can innovate sustainable textile materials like fibers, biodegradable fibers. We use plastics for our clothing purpose, and it should be avoided. So sustainable fibers and sustainable technologies should be there. Also sustainable colors, these are natural colors, these should be there. And sustainable production processes should be there, which minimize the waste and energy and water consumption. So now I will give some points on how art and textile engineering are innovating some things and are collaborating to give the sustainable fashion and sustainable innovations in the textile industry and for consumers. So this is due to the green technologies in textile and combination of art and textile, which gives various innovations which combine design and advanced engineering techniques to create sustainable and aesthetically pleasing textiles. First of all, natural and bio-based dyes have been employed and have been innovate. Natural dyes are used from centuries, but bio-based dyes from microorganisms, and natural dyes with more sustainable solutions are now innovating day by day, and I also working on the synthesization of the natural dyes from plants. And I work with various dyes, and these have various sustainability issue, and I work for that. For example, color fixation is not there for natural dyes. Natural dyes gives lighter shades. So we are working very hard to remove these limitations of the natural dyes so that we can use. Also bio-based dyes from the bacteria and microorganisms, you can see on the right side, are innovating and used by different brands. One of the most famous brand is Colorifix company, which demonstrate how biology and engineering can work together to produce, fix, and use the microorganism dyes on the textile fabrics. So the second most innovating thing is digital textile printing and computer aided designs, which approximately completely remove the water consumption and dyes wastage from the textile industry, because digital printing specifically allow particular amount of chemical need only for printing and dyeing without any wastage. So this is the most innovative thing in the textile printing and dyeing technology. So this is the green technology where digital printing used the specific amount of color to dye the fabric or print the fabric, and there is no wastage. Plus computer aided design allow us to this is the software where we can use different designs and patterns, how they will look on the fabric, and also how it helps us to demonstrate how they will look on the different persons without any wastage. Because this innovation, we use models and we create fabrics to see the style, how it will look, the style and how the print will look, and there are huge amount of waste was there, but with the computer aided design softwares we can see how our prints and how our dyes and how our patterns and styles can look on the particular design for sustainable fashion. It reduces the waste which were generated in the huge amount. So this is the second most innovation. Now I told you that water consumption is very high in the textile industry and it is the unsustainable process. So waterless dyeing techniques like Daiku from the company, like supercritical, in which we use supercritical carbon dioxide dyeing technology and plasma dyeing technology, which does not use any water for the solution of the dyes, for dissolving the dyes and to promote the dyes on the textile fabric. Water will not be used. So these are the waterless dyeing techniques, and it is the huge innovation of the green technology of textiles, textile engineers and textile companies, which reduce the water consumption and chemical waste from the textile industries. Also, there are smart textiles with functional colors. Now, functional colors are there. What are functional colors? Functional colors are sustainable colors which can change based on the temperature, light, or moisture or other environmental conditions, and it provide a huge awareness among the patients which cannot tell you their conditions, like patients in the ICU. Smart textile also used in the wound healing processes, where the color of the wound will tell you at what stage your wound is. So you don't need to change to change the wound membranes again and again to see the stage of the wound healing. Only the color of the wound membranes can tell you about anything. Also, there are smart textiles. There are entertainment t-shirts where you combine electronics and textiles to give the entertainment. You can see various shirts and various fancy dresses where they can change color with light. They can charge your mobile, or they can provide you some entertainment with your t-shirts. You can charge your mobile with your t-shirts. It is because of the combination of smart textiles and electronics. So now, what is the role of art in promoting green textile technologies for sustainable fashion? So art is very important now to provide consumers the satisfaction, to provide consumers the awareness about the renewable and environment friendly materials provided by us, our textile engineers. All our materials we provided. So arts engineers and art designers can provide sustainable solutions. They can use creativity, all these chemicals and all these environment friendly fibers and environment friendly dyes in a creative way to aware our consumers. So textile engineers and artists and designers need to combine their creativity and technology so that an innovative and sustainable solutions to the fashion can approach. So you can see here I will provide some examples what artists use, what artists do the upcycling and creative reuse of the textile waste. You can see woman wearing one shirt. It is generated from the textile waste, the textile that has been used. So we have used creative reuse and provided one new shirts of high quality. So this is the one reuse and creative reuse of the textile waste, and these are globally using by the famous and high brands all over the world to use the textile waste into new products and new materials of high quality. Second, artists use biodegradable and renewable materials provided and innovated by textile engineers in their products to showcase that how environment friendly materials can change the way we see textiles and how we can design our fashion with renewable and biodegradable materials instead of plastics like polyester and nylon and plastics we use. Here I show mushroom leathers, means leather prepared by plants used by some artists to show the they prepared handbags and some designers and some handbags and t-shirts from the mushroom leather. So it is the one of the biodegradable leather, and it will be degraded within 30 to 35 years, and it is sustainable and environment friendly leather. Now, one of the most important is innovation in textile is digital fabrication and 3D printing. Digital fabrication and 3D printing innovation removes all the waste generated by designers and fashion designers. With digital fabrication and 3D printing, we can see we can formulate designs directly without any wastage of fabric on the body of the humans with 3D printing and digital fabrication. With digital fabrication, we can see all the designs on the human body, how they will look, and with 3D printing, we did not use any fabric and we can promote designs on the human body directly without any wastage of fabric. So it reduces all the fabric wastage and materials. Now I talk about the natural dyes I am working with. Natural dyes from plants and natural dyes from microorganisms. Sustainable earth color, Archroma industry is the dyeing industry, which is very famous industry, and they are using now in 2024 and 23 they are using sustainable earth colors from the plants and from the agricultural waste in their brands and in their products, and inspiring the fashion designers and inspiring the consumers and customers. They totally use the agricultural waste, and I am also working with agricultural waste. Like I used peanut waste to synthesize the natural dye. And these brands also using almonds waste, peanuts waste, and agricultural waste to produce the natural earth colors in their brands. So this is the huge innovation of the textile dyeing industry, and brands are using, international brands are using in their brands. Also, zero waste pattern making like digital fabrication and CAD designer. With the help of CAD designer, we can stitch our patterns without any wastage. And there are now many softwares which help us in stitching zero waste pattern making. Now you can see the smart textiles and wearable technology. You can see different designers and artists which are wearing fashionable t-shirt which is changing their color with light. You can see different red, green and blue color, and this color is changing only with the reflection of light. These are not different dyes used here. This is only one dye used here which change their color with the light. And also you can see on the right side different designers wear smart textiles which you can use for entertainment purpose and for charging your mobiles. All these things are now there are various universities and academia art science projects are there which are combining science means textile, green technologies and art to produce various projects and various products which are sustainable, which are providing sustainable fashion and sustainable materials. Textile engineers provide sustainable and biodegradable fibers like fibers from banana leather, and artists use these in their brands, in their products to showcase customers that these are biodegradable and sustainable fibers and you can use it without any toxicity and without any wastage to the world. So in conclusion, I will say textile engineering continuously innovating advanced technologies that are sustainable and environment friendly. Either they are fibers, either they are chemicals, either they are finishes, or either they are colors. We are continuously making very hard to providing green technologies and green colorations, and art is promoting, and arts scientists and designers are using these environment friendly dyes and environment friendly fibers in their products. So combination of engineering and art is very necessary to promote the sustainable fashion and sustainable solutions to the not only for consumers of textile industries but also daily life consumers. So I hope I provide you some insights on the how textile engineering are providing green technologies and green solutions with artists and without artists. So you can ask me questions. Thank you for your patience and thank you for your listening me very carefully and with patience. You can ask me any questions. I hope I not take your time very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rabia. It was really insightful and interesting as well. I wouldn't know. I don't know. Probably you had. We think probably you had issues with the video because we couldn't see your face. It would be nice to see your face to like put the face to the name and name to the face, and also for our audience to see who they are talking to and who is presenting to them. I don't know if you're comfortable with turning on your video. That would be great. Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Rabia. So it was really interesting because now saying eco-friendly printing technologies and how we can, take advantage of that. And because from what you've presented here, they are like zero waste area sort of. So we have some questions in the Q&A. There's a question from Peter, which is kind of in line with what I just mentioned. He wanted to know how we can, I'm just going to paraphrase it. It's kind of a long text. He wanted to know how we can sensitize the public on, on the use of these eco-friendly printing technologies, because they are kind of used to these dye sublimation which offers a feed free print. So how can we sensitize the public in terms of community engagement? How do we engage the community to kind of to tilt them towards the use of
Sustainable
eco-friendly? Yes.
Yes, eco-friendly dyes and biodegradable dyes that are non-toxic in nature and that does not use azo, banned and formaldehyde are also banned compounds in their manufacturing. And also dyes from the plants are synthesizing by different companies, and they are using they are manufacturing the dyes to use publicly, and they are using their dyes in the industries now, as well as and in their products now, that are not very common, but many international brands and many international industries and even industries in Pakistan to some extent are now using dyes from the plants in their products.
Oh, wow, that is great. Thank you very much, Dr. Rabia. So without any further ado, well, thank you very, I don't know if we can just give a round of applause to Dr. Rabia for a very insightful presentation. Thank you for honoring our invitation. We hope that next time we invite you, be very kind to honor our invitation as well. Thank you very much.